Hello and welcome. I was trying to give you guys a signal like, hey, you got 4 seconds before I turn on your, oh shit, now I broke everything. Before I do stuff. There you go. Poof. This is, I'm like multiple beverages in tonight. This could be a terrible stream, guys. Just saying.
On my first one in a while.
Yep. Oh, what are you having? That looks delicious.
But I have a Marlin on it.
Ooh.
What is it?
It's vodka and pineapple juice. It's nothing crazy.
I mean, vodka and pineapple can be something delicious.
Oh,
Absolutely
it is.
delicious. Jess we have this lemonade.
It's a cool, refreshing drink.
It's such a cool, refreshing drink.
Oh, that's cool, refreshing drink.
And she mixed it with strawberry Smirnoff. And
yeah, she did, Money Penny.
Oh my damn! It was on fire. What are you doing, Rubble?
That sounds quite interesting.
My gosh, Oh man, do I have? I hope
you
you guys.
Push it.
I hope you guys haven't seen this clip already, but just I have a great clip waiting for end of tour. I'll
take the rapist for 200.
Oh man!
All right, what is the?
No, it's a Patrick Stewart clip.
Yes.
But again, it's. I thought it was.
Mr. Wolf's head looks like a fanny.
I thought it was hilarious. We'll kick off end of tour with it. But yeah, guys, welcome back to another Friday stream here of the podcast. And I want to congratulate you guys because as of the last episode, we now have over 20,000 downloads of this crazy show.
Yeah. There's 20,000 people just clicking download on this shit.
So apparently, which is
what the hell's wrong with you people?
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh my damn. Now granted, we've all said like, hey, that'd be cool if that was like one show got downloaded 20,000 times. But you know what?
None of us would be working if that happened.
Exactly. Time and progress. What are you doing, Phil?
Then we'd have nothing to talk about because none of us would be working. We'd always be making money off the 20,000 downloads. And
exactly,
we'd
right?
Here talking about. So what did you do yesterday? Yesterday we had lunch at the Yacht Club and
Top Hat Monocle.
That's all right.
I christened my new sloop.
Yeah.
It's
my buddy over there.
Yeah, it's my buddy.
My buddy. It's Swanson over there.
Remember in the Patreon, this last month's Patreon, I said I was gonna put up a poll for Phil's new name.
I was gonna say you just put up a poll for Phil and dance spider dance.
That's right.
Dance spider dance. No, that's not nice. We got to be slightly professional with Phil.
We'll throw
not
change
really.
at him.
But
Make it hail,
bitch.
I just wanna Phil. I just wanna say that that's the wrong button.
Of course it is.
Good, damn it. We're gonna listen to the intro again because I have no way of stopping it. There we go.
That's funny.
Try
to push the stop button. I don't know.
I told you this is gonna be an interesting stream tonight because I'm in deep with a couple beverages. And now that Gerard and I don't, indulge ourselves in multiple beverages per week, less is more now. But so if you're not a Patreon, go over to Patreon, Medic Materials on Patreon. Sign up to be a $5 donut Patreon, and you'd get access to all the craziness that happens on Patreon. But last episode, we asked and put up a poll for what the Phil Foundation's name should be. Oh, that's nice. Why is this? Let's
Daddy.
Let's do that. So, Phil Foundation, Phil Man Bun, The Man Handle, Mr. Man Bun, Daddy Phil, The Champ, Papa Phil, and The Manhole all were options in the poll. However, I'm super sad to say that my favorite,
Hail to the champion, baby,
did not win. And with 50% of the vote, the Phil Foundation gets to remain the Phil Foundation. So,
wow. All right.
Yeah, there it is. That's the result of the poll. But yeah.
All right.
So
well,
we can't rely on the Patreons
good
to,
stuff.
you know,
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
come up with anything, more exciting than the Phil Foundation. But that's okay. So
I'll take it.
Yeah, it's called Crayola, like I started from the beginning.
Oh, nice. Especially with what he was wearing last episode. Jesus Christmas. But yeah, so we're gonna change gears and we're gonna do a discussion all about geriatrics tonight. And
I resemble that remark.
Yeah, I know, right? We're gonna, there's so much to talk about with the geriatric population. We've kind of cherry picked a few. I know that Butch, you want to bring up a few things. I know that Phil wants to bring up a few things, and then Gerard and I'll kind of just cherry pick off of that. But first, I again have to do Kelsey's job. I'm gonna keep slamming down the gauntlet until she comes back and does her job. But for today's rig check, like I said, with the last episode, we've now surpassed the 20,000 downloads of the show. So I just want to sincerely thank all of the people, whether you found us literally the last episode and just started listening, or you've been an OG like all of us and listened all the way back to episode 1, which was god awful and cringy. But
yes,
you know what? Thank you for staying with the shenanigans, and you guys give us a reason to keep on doing what we do every other Friday. So with that, there is much more ridiculousness on Patreon. Make sure that if you guys can subscribe to Patreon, it's $5 a month. You get a CME, a free CME through the Medic Materials CME Academy every other month. You also get a third podcast every month, plus a lot of other cool shit. So make sure that you go become a $5 donut Patreon. Cronuts. I didn't get them out, but they're right behind me. I don't know if anyone can see.
And she's making them too.
Boom! Right there.
Nice.
Your lovely fiance is sending me even more, which is awesome. Then I'm going to take them and do a bunch of creative stuff with them, like, photos and stuff. And there might be a contest for Cronuts coming up in the future. So make sure you head over to medicmaterials.com/merch to get your Cronut. That's awesome.
Ooh.
And lastly, I want to shout out this month to our listeners in Egypt and the good old state of Pennsylvania, as well as a special donut shout out to our brand new Patreons, Candace and Barry. Thank you for being awesome.
Cool. Yeah, fucking A. Thank you.
Yeah, it is. Patreon's been growing. We've gotten more and more, subscribers in Patreon, even though, again, I come on half sloshed and can't even, run a stream. So it is what it is. But I'm gonna turn it over to the Phil Foundation.
Hail to the champion, baby!
And let's start our discussion with polypharmacy, right? I think this is one of the biggest things that we have to understand and recognize in the geriatric population. And one of the things that I wanted Phil, again, I was super busy today, so I didn't get a chance to research any of this. So thank you, Phil, for picking up my slack. But I really wanted to look at like the drugs that they take that can interact poorly with each other, or the drugs that we might give them that might interact badly with something that they're already on, or something that, you know, might potentiate something or make that effect stronger. So what did you find out, Phil?
So there's two like big parts of it. Beta blockers, for two reasons. One, most geriatric patients don't actually know why they take it, or they'll say like, oh, you know, I'm on a blood pressure med, and they could be on metoprolol, labetalol, any kind of those meds. And like, for example, patients with AFib, they have no idea what they take. You just revert to the old, you know, just give them 15, 20 of Cardizem if they're in rapid AFib, and then it's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because now you're dual channel blocking the heart, and it's not going to be able to really compensate much after that.
No, and there's nothing that we're going to be able to give to do anything about that other than hope that the effects wear off eventually. Yeah.
The amount of people, the elderly patients, let me rephrase what I was about to say. Most of the elderly patients that we deal with, you know, they have absolutely no clue what they take. They just say like, oh, my doctor gave me this list and this bucket of meds. I just take them when I'm told to.
And the big bucket.
It's
they're shaking like Michael J. Fox trying to use an Etch-a-Sketch.
Too soon. Too soon. Way too soon.
But that just proves that you really have to like really dig deep with like a good assessment. You know, like, oh, like, do you know what you take these for? Well, you know, if you don't know, then do you have AFib? Do you have high blood pressure?
And I think a lot of it, you know, if you can't figure it out because they're a poor historian, you should probably be Googling what these meds are for, at least to get you in the ballpark. You know, there's a lot of times that, you know, the doctor prescribes a certain medication for, you know, a offshoot reason of why they use it. You know, like a secondary reason as to why they would give that. You know, but it at least will get you into the ballpark, because at least Google will sit there and go, okay, you know, it's used for this condition and this condition and this condition. Okay, do you have any of those? Oh, yeah, that AFib, you know, that kind of sounds vaguely familiar. Cool. Maybe that's why they take XYZ med.
And if you ask them, do you have any cardiac issues? Well, no, we take metoprolol. We take that for. I'm not sure. Will you have a history of AFib? I don't know. What's that? A regular heartbeat. Oh, yeah, I have that. Well, that's a cardiac problem. You know.
Or do you have high blood pressure? No. Why are you on the hydrochlorothiazide? Oh, well, that's for blood pressure. But it's been controlled for years.
Because I take the medication.
Right, because I take the medication. Exactly. We've all heard these stories before, you know, and it really lends itself to why we have to ask really in-depth questions. Like, it's not just like, oh, okay, what's your history? Okay, cool. Oh, what's your med list? Cool. Let's start putting those things together.
And if you don't know why they take the metoprolol, check on the med list, see if they take, you know, a warfarin or Eliquis, something like that. That may give you a clue as to why they take the metoprolol as well, you know.
Right.
Or for some, like when they're discharged from the hospital, it'll say, like if they replace, you know, say Cardizem with metoprolol or something like that, it'll say like stop taking the Cardizem, immediately switch to labetalol, something like that, and you know you can kind of guess from there what they take it for.
Yeah, I love, like, that is one of the things that I absolutely love when I walk into a house is the recent discharge papers, because it typically will have the most up-to-date med list. Typically. Not always, but most of the time. It'll at least get you, again, in the ballpark. You know, like, I love that. It's amazing. Hey, cool. You're on this. You're on aspirin. You're on whatever. Okay, cool. Do you still take all these? Yep. Awesome. Thank you. What else did you find out, Phil?
So another thing with beta blockers is the compensatory mechanism for someone who's on those type of medications drops drastically. I think one of the things I read said it's like a 75 to 80% drop in compensation in major traumas.
Damn. Now, so again, like with that, right? Beta blockers are going to lower your beta 1, beta 2s, right? So beta 1 is all your heart tropes. So how hard your heart squeezes, how stretchy it can go to allow more fill, the conductivity through the electrical conductivity through the heart, how fast or slow that goes, and how fast or slow your heart rate goes, right? So if, not just in trauma, but like as soon as you said that, my immediate thought was to sepsis, right? This is why when you go to a nursing home and you get a septic patient, they're already in decompensated shock.
Right.
So many times, right?
And you look at the vital signs and you think, well, this patient looks, their blood pressures, 120s over 70s, their pulse rates in the 60s. Yeah, because they're on that beta blocker.
Right. Right.
Or they look good, but you look at that patient, they look like shit. You're like, yeah, something's going on with this patient.
Right. Or it's even the worst one, which is like their 90s over 50s with a heart rate of 86. And you're like, that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Why isn't their heart rate 120? Oh, let's look at the med list. Oh, look, they're on metoprolol. They're on Lopressor. They're on something of rate control. And you're like, oh, well, this is now going to hit it. It's going to hit it twofold, right? It's going to hit it via the heart rate. So it takes away their compensatory mechanism for increasing heart rate. But then it's also going to decrease the squeeze. So it's going to lower blood pressure as well. So like, yeah, it's amazing how much beta blockers really can affect in shocky type patients. And I mean, I know you guys know this, geriatrics so frequently that when we see them, they're in some form of shock.
Mm-hmm.
Some form,
Yeah, because they usually don't. They're not usually not the ones that call you. Usually it's the family that calls you for them because they walk in and they see, mom or dad or grandpa or grandma on the floor. They've been there for 2 days. Like, how'd you get there? So when you walk in there, they're already in bad trouble.
Right? Yeah, it's kind of. Like, especially as they keep going, it's like, they just circle the drain and they're like, oh, everything's fine. And their family's like, grandpa hasn't been right the last 3 days, but, oh, yep, he's just fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they don't want to leave the house. Right. They're afraid if they leave the house, they're not going to come back.
Exactly.
That's the biggest thing. They don't, you will meet more resistance from an older person than you will from, a junkie. I mean, it's just, they just do not want your help.
Right. For so many reasons as well. Like, my wife went to the hospital and she died there and now I don't want to go. Or
I think you find it more with widowers than you do with, or with the married older couples. Married older couples, a lot of times you'll get one to go and then the other. But yeah, widowers, you'll find a lot more resistance.
Right. Or, hey, my friend went and they didn't come back. So no, I'm not going. Like they look at it like a place like, yep, if I go there, I'm dead. Right. Even for, I could just have a simple boo-boo cut, whatever, and they ain't going, But there's other reasons. Like there's so many silly, stupid reasons. Phil, before we go into that, do you have anything else before I like roll off on this tangent?
Another big thing is just like blood thinners. A lot of old people take it mostly for, they lose mobility. Doc puts them on a blood thinner to help stop blood clots. And they don't really, not that they don't, take care of themselves, but they don't adjust to, I gotta, make my house as fall and trip proof as possible. They try and live the normal life they did, and then that just causes a bunch of more issues.
And that was with which drugs? The
blood thinners.
The blood thinners? Yeah. I mean, like, gosh, I couldn't tell you, like, it's amazing how banged up and bruised some little frail, old man, old lady can get just being on blood thinners, especially as they get frailer and more fragile. It's like, oh, look, now they have a skin tear. Now that skin tear won't stop bleeding. It's the little simple things, right? But look at all the fall calls, right? Like every single fall call with an elderly patient, I'm like, oh, they're going to have a head bleed. When I get there, they're going to be gorked out of their mind. They're going to have a head bleed. Yep. Like that is exactly what my thought process is. And it's like, yep, they tripped over their little rug, their little stupid area rug, and now they're dead.
I'll have to find the statistic again, but I remember reading somewhere that falls in patients with blood thinners, like 48% of them result in some kind of head bleed, and if it's not treated, it's fatal for them.
It is, right?
Yeah, it's like 48%. It's like 48.2%.
Right, and we have to think like the anatomy of the geriatric patient changes, right? Their brain shrinks as they get older, which means there's more space inside the skull. So like they rattle around a lot more, so concussions are easier, right? Shearing is a whole lot easier of different blood vessels. So, not only do we have to worry about like ischemic strokes, but hemorrhagic bleeds and hemorrhagic strokes are way more prevalent in elderly populations because all they have to do is get into a fender bender and their brain sloshes around, shears a couple blood vessels, and now they're bleeding for a week. And by the time they actually feel, oh my God, the headache or this, that, the other thing, it's like now they're gorked out of their mind. And, you see a grapefruit size, bleed when we actually get to the CT scanner, because again, they don't feel things because, their neurological system is decreased. So they're not going to feel things like we would. Like anything to add, Gerard?
No, I mean everyone's pretty much hitting it.
You've been quiet.
Trying to think of something. I've been trying to think of stuff, but it's like, yeah, I mean everyone's already.
We got to give you a 1-2.
No, the biggest thing for me is how to talk to them. It's like you just. I know we've talked about it before in other episodes and whatnot, but yeah, it's you can't talk to someone of that generation or those previous generations. I mean, you think about it now, the World War II generation, they're in their 90s, right? And we're losing them really, really fast now. The Korean War guys, that era of people, they're in their 70s and 80s. Your Vietnam guys are in their 70s.
Yeah.
So these are all, I would say, different generations than the people we get that are younger, let's just say, of like my generation or, even maybe just a little bit older than me, but it's a different mindset. It's a different way they think, and they don't like medical shit. They don't like people taking care of them. They don't like to think that they need help. And again, then they also then you have the ones that they just they're like, no, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die right here, in my house. I'm not going and dying in some fucking hospital.
Right.
And I hate to say it, but I feel you.
I completely agree with people like that. Like, I wouldn't want.
But that's the these are the mindsets, and I'm just just from my experience with them, you can't go in there and well, I'm sure there's a few people that are they're just condescending to begin with, but you take these 20-something-year-olds that they only know how to talk to people on a fucking text. They don't actually know how to physically talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And I've watched them. They go in and they're like the most condescending assholes. They're like, okay, Mr. So-and-so, we're going to give you how many. And he's like, no, man, I'm not going to. Well, okay, well, we're just going to do this. And it's like, did you not hear the motherfucker that like stormed the beach of fucking Normandy tell you he's not fucking doing that?
Mm-hmm.
How about you change your tactic a little bit and talk to him with a little fucking respect? It goes a long way.
It does.
Respect. There's no respect anymore.
There is definitely a generational gap that I think a lot of people have, especially going from the age of conversation to the age of the internet. Like, that is an absolute thing. People want to say that it doesn't exist, but it totally does. Like, it is really hard for people to have conversations with other people now face to face. And
I was gonna say I use those generations or those timelines mainly because when you think about it, today, we past 20 years, a lot of vets. We got a lot of vets out there, but back then, unless you had like some serious fucking problem with you, or you were rich enough to have mommy and daddy, pay your way out of it. You had to you had to serve a certain amount of time in the military. So a lot of these guys are military guys. The overwhelming majority from those eras, 40s, 50s, and 60s, and 70s even.
Right.
These are guys that, especially in the 60s and 70s, they were just, sitting back, cracking a freaking, PBR, having a good time. And next thing you know, they're getting their fucking head cut, shaved and sent off to fucking Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
So, these are guys that, they don't respond to the condescending fucking bullshit. Like, you need to just be real and just talk to them like a human fucking being and render respect.
Right. And
when it's due.
I never understood the ideology that, old people need to be treated like children. That's kind of like, and so many people do that, right?
Yeah. We're gonna do this now, sir. And I'm just like, I'm watching this girl. It's like, oh, we're gonna just. And I'm just like, are you talking to this fucking, like hardened fucking veteran like he's a 2-year-old?
Well, and that's it. It's like I don't understand where this came from. Like, why is it that we group an entire population of people into they're old, so they must be a child. Right?
Because, I'll put it this way. If I start shitting my pants, you can bet your ass keep talking to me normal because I'm still going to be a fucking asshole. All right? I'm not going to revert to being some kid and go, oh, yeah, give me bati. No.
Just don't.
I'm going to shit my pants. I'm going to look at you, and if you talk to me the wrong way, I'm going to fucking throw it at you.
That's what I was waiting for, as long as you kept throwing it at them. Like,
it's either like nice. Even people, talk to, residents in nursing homes with dementia and stuff. Those people have moments of lucidity. Like,
right.
You could tune into that level from time to time and be like, all right, just talk to them like they're people. Eventually they're gonna, you get through to them a little bit. But no, it's like, oh, how you doing, sir? Or man, let's do this. Okay,
It's
isn't
okay,
that precious?
Honey, come on, honey. Let's go.
Yeah.
No, stop.
Yeah, it is so sickening. It's so aggravating. To
Mrs. Sir, ma'am.
The best is but the funny thing is the best is when you're with a partner and they're doing that to them, and you look at them and they look at you, and you're just and like they know what's going on in their head, and they just give you that, and then they look back at her, and you're just like, yep.
Yeah,
you talk to the patient, sir, ma'am, Mr., Mrs., and then if they want to be called by their first name or whatever, then that's what you do. But until then, it's,
Yeah.
So get out of your little fucking head and get off of this, with your talking with your thummies, okay? And we're going to put the thummy thing down and we're going to talk to people and we're going to actually learn to read people.
Oh, that.
Read. Oh, my God. Oh, you want to talk about making your job like 100% easier? Is if you start talking to someone and you read them and it will shape how you continue to talk with them. If you talk to someone and say, hi, Mrs. So-and-so.
There's a word for that. Conversation.
There we go. But yeah, you're going to talk to somebody and, you start off, hey, Mr. So-and-so, I'm Gerard, I'm your paramedic, I'm here because, whoever called and whatever. And if they're like, hey, blah, 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 and they start, just the way they talk, if they're a little bit more on the relaxed end of it and they maybe have like a little bit of slang in it, well then I'm gonna drop down to their level and I'm not gonna stay up here and go, well, sir, and sir, and no, I'm gonna be like, all right, man, all right, well, tell me what's going on, dude. Human being talk, not something you read in a book, not something somebody taught you how to do. You gotta learn to fucking talk to people.
Well, and in the chat here, WW2 Girl says, I'm 20, almost 21, and some of the new words that people come up with even now, I have no idea what they're talking about. And that's totally true. Like, there's been times where, like Kelsey has been talking to me and I'm like, a what? Like, is that a thing? A word? Right? Like,
didn't we do that one time when she brought some fucking word? We're just like, when you're the levels of how you date somebody or something, right? And it's like
situationship.
Right? Yeah. It's a situationship.
Blew my mind.
Situationship.
Yeah.
That ain't even a fucking word.
Exactly. But it's so true. Like, there's definitely things that, my generation said that you guys didn't say.
Well,
right?
I mean, if you want to hear something funny, the first time somebody used the word BOGO, I was like, that's some kind of landmine or something? Never heard of it.
Yeah.
It's buy one, get one free. I'm like, oh, well, where'd the F go?
Right.
It's a card carrying member.
Shouldn't it be BOGOF?
I just want to throw this in here. Hopefully it works, but I feel like it renders the perfect end to the conversation that the four of us are having, minus Phil, because he really didn't talk at all in this segment.
He talked about metoprolol. He talked about all the drugs and stuff.
I'm saying in this segment.
He's all into drugs. It's because he's fucking 10 years old. He don't know how to talk to people. He's probably doing this right now. You don't even see him.
He's got man bun restrictions.
Oh, yeah. Poor guy. See, you've rendered him silent. Poor guy. But I think we should all.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
I'm gonna one up you.
Turkish bath.
I'm gonna one up you on that one and play some Samuel L.
English, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
Nice. Yes.
Because I feel like that encompasses everything. Right?
It encompasses everything. And there are patients where, especially when you're, and that's the other thing, is dealing with family who are around their elderly patient.
Oh my God.
It's like, because you could definitely get another clip from that movie right after he kind of says that, I think, or
somewhere around that again?
Point. No, not even. No, not that one. It was like, I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing. When they start chiming in,
right. So while I search for this, go down that rabbit hole, because I agree. Like, I think there is something to be said about dealing with the patient's family.
It's not just family; it's also nursing home staff.
Well, they don't care.
Hold on to the nursing home staff for just a second.
They have to go to the hospital. They have to go to the hospital.
I have to go.
I'm the power attorney. They have to go to the hospital.
You're a power to these nuts, is what you are. No, here's the thing. So, sorry.
This piece of paper says I say what they do.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my!
You ever seen Major League? You know what I would do with that piece of paper?
I got your piece of paper swigging. Get the fuck out of here.
Drop it on the floor and start pissing on it. That's it. That's what that piece of paper means to me. But no, let's not get into the nursing home staff because we're not. That's just.
We'll get into that. That's for a little bit.
There's not enough time. There's not enough time in all the podcasts.
It's not my patient. It's not my floor. We can sum it up right now. It's not my patient. It's not my floor. I just got here
10 minutes ago.
The patient was fine 10 minutes ago. I know they're stiff with rigor mortis, but we just checked on them.
It's contagious. No. Stop.
Yeah. But no. So I'll never forget. Me and Emily did a call at our lovely nursing home there, and they were like, "Oh, he's got to go. Oh, the PA says he's got to go. He's got this, he's got that, and fucking he's COPD exacerbation and all the shit and fucking difficulty breathing." I'm like, okay. We walk into the room. The dude's like just kind of getting back in bed, or he's just kind of like laying there in bed. You can tell he had just gotten back in bed, and he's watching TV. And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, "This is the patient, right? Oh yeah, he's got to go." Oh, okay. Well, give me a second. What's going on? I don't know. Well, are you having a hard time breathing? He's like, no. Well, why would they say you're having a hard time breathing? He's like, I went to the bathroom. I came out and sat down. Like, so they saw you were having a hard time breathing after you went to the bathroom? Yeah. Number one. Number two. Okay, so the dude was taking a shit, push a little bit, a lot of breath, go sit down, trying to refresh, and now they come fucking hovering over him. Oh, you gotta fucking go to the hospital now because you took a fucking shit. So it's like, yeah, nah. You want to go to the hospital? No, I'm good with that. Oh, he's got no. Sign here. See you later. Bye.
Yes.
That fucking cunt bitch, pardon my language, called the fucking station and was talking about how we fucking abandoned the patient and all this. I'm like, is she for real? But these are the people that work in these fucking nursing homes. So I don't even want to get into the fucking nursing home thing, please. Because
Yeah,
we can keep going.
Oh, they try to.
How about? Oh, look at the stroke-like symptoms you called for. It's Wednesday. She's slumped over in her chair, drooling all over herself. Complete right side is done. Oh, when did you first notice this? Friday. Wait. It's Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't matter. Timing doesn't matter.
That was when I my EMT kicked me out of the fucking, told me to go sit down and go in the ambulance and go get my shit together. Because somebody was going to die.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm with all of you guys in that it is so frustrating to go into these places and, deal with this level of just non-caring about other human beings.
Care.
Because that's what it is. It's just deliberate not caring about other human beings.
But we're short-staffed and we can't. Well, too fucking bad. We're all fucking short-staffed.
Exactly. Excuses, whatever.
But you had time to sit there and do this. For about an hour and a half, didn't you?
Well, so the one thing that I wanted to bring up in talking about nursing homes, and this kind of goes along with what Phil was saying, is bring up meds, right? Medication errors in the geriatric population, right? This is something that we all need to be cognizant of, because not only does the patient itself, like themselves, make errors, maybe they get confused, they take not enough, maybe they don't take it at all, maybe they take too much, maybe they take a completely different med because they, read the bottle wrong, whatever it might be, right? But these numbers to me were like, it just proves the lack of caring for nursing home patients, right? So 66.4% of elderly medication errors occurred in nursing homes. Which
now, does that cover nursing homes, assisted livings?
That is nursing homes. That is nursing homes by themselves.
Okay.
Right? 41.5% of those 66.4% were in patients older than 75. And then let's see, 45% of the errors were the staff giving medications at the wrong time to patients. So it's like, 66%, that is well above half, right? Half of the medication errors occurred in nursing homes, right? So this isn't like, oh, hey, you know, grandma, she got confused and she took a couple meds. No. This is like, you get paid to hand out meds and then you go and fuck it up.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable to me. Right? So, like, now we have to sit there and go, okay, I couldn't tell you, I literally, right off the top of my head, I think about a call that I used to do all the time. It was a frequent flyer diabetic patient in a nursing facility, and the staff used to give that patient the wrong insulin all the time. They used to give the long acting when the short acting was supposed to be given. They used to give the short acting when the long was supposed to be given. They used to double this person up. And then we would get called because their blood sugar was like 4.
Right. And they need an evaluation.
So it's like, this happens all the time, right? And it festers and it makes all of us angry because it's like, your one job is to patient Smith, diazepam, 2 milligrams, 7 p.m. Here you go.
Well, I can tell you why it happens. I can tell you exactly why it happens.
Go ahead.
So when you go into the nursing home and you're supposed to have 2 nurses on the floor, then they give you 1 nurse on the floor. So that what that 1 nurse does now is she knows that at X amount of time, these patients are supposed to get these meds. So she'll go through and she'll pre-pour all these meds into these little med cups, which is illegal, by the way, in New York State. You're not supposed to pre-pour any meds into med cups. You're supposed to punch the bubbles into the cups at the predetermined time. That's how it's supposed to happen. But what they'll do is they'll go through and they'll pre-pour all the meds for the entire shift. And instead of, when you do that, they're like, oh, well, I'll just label them so I know that, patient A gets this med at this time and this. But, we'll cut a corner here. I'll just know which patient gets which med.
Of course you do.
So that, by 7 o'clock meds, by 8 o'clock meds, 9 o'clock meds, however it's, laid out the time frame. Next thing you know, old Jim Bob's getting the, his short acting Humalog at, after dinner when he's supposed to get it before dinner, and getting the long acting, after, it fucks it all up, and that's what happens.
So these are choices that the staff is making.
Yep, supposed to make their life
right
better,
their
easier.
Life better, right? But at the same point, like, all of this just makes me think, like, okay, we as providers coming in without all this mess, right, now have to double, triple, quadruple check all of these things, right?
But we'll never know, because as far as their EMARS show, their meds were distributed at the right times.
Right. So
we don't know.
The best that we can do is do our due diligence and ask the questions. And if things aren't adding up, put that in the back of your head, because there's plenty of times where I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, find out,
okay.
Ask them what was given this time. What was this, because of course, people don't lie in charts, right? I'm sure everything was given, absolutely appropriately. And you know what? I really hope it does. I really hope that is the case. But we're humans, right? Gerard, what do you always say, right? If it's designed by man, it's designed to fail.
It's made to fail. Yep.
Right? We're humans. That is exactly, that should be our mantra, right? We're humans. We're going to fuck it up. So you got to do the legwork, and actually look at these med lists and go, okay, does this make sense? Should this patient be acting this way, or the vital signs that I'm getting reflective of what they've taken?
Right.
And EMTs could do that. It doesn't have to be, a big bad paramedic skill. Phil, after you're done with your douche flute there, you just blow it out. There you go. Keep going. There you go. What do you have to add to this?
Now get your hand on it. There you go. All right.
What flavor is it?
Penis.
All right, so I have two of them.
Meat thermometer.
Hot dog water.
Is mango ice.
What's the ice? Ice doesn't typically have a flavor.
That's the extra chemical the Chinese put in there to
that's
really make you a healthy American.
That's the meth in there to keep you addicted.
Yeah.
Oh!
And then
the other a little bit of Covades.
The other one
get
is
that in there too.
summer peach ice.
Summer peach.
Summer peach.
You like
ice.
this ice stuff, huh?
That's kind of a contradiction.
I have
It's summer. I have pre-iced ice. Oh, you got pre-iced.
I have pre-ice.
You have pre-iced ice.
The ice is like a menthol flavor.
Okay, hold on. You have peach and menthol?
It's not horrible. I mean,
but it can't be good.
I also used to smoke Lucky Strikes like they were going out of style, which they did 90 fucking years ago.
Talent, man. Talent.
You get yourself pack of Cools, you'd be all
You know what's funny? I kind of think those might actually be better than these chemicals.
I mean, probably.
You know?
Why not?
I mean, granted,
you don't look as cool with a man bun.
Right. Yeah, that's true. No, because if he was smoking the Lucky Strikes, then he would actually have to get the wife beater, the pompadour, get the wingtips going,
shirt,
a little bit, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
what used to be considered cool.
Cool. So, Butch, you brought up an interesting topic that you kind of wanted to discuss. We've talked about like the polypharmacy and stuff, right? How many meds these patients, people, whatever, are on. But you brought up a really good one, and I kind of want to end with this discussion in the polydoc, right? The polyphysician, right? For those that don't know what it is, kind of explain what it is and what we see with it, the struggles.
So for those of us that are getting older, like card-carrying members of AARP, such as I am, a lot of times we'll start getting more doctors as we go along. Yeah, thank you, G.
Can I just make one statement? Is that there is no age limit to be an AARP member. You don't have to be 55 and above. I'm 36.
Wait a minute.
Wife
that takes all the fun out of it.
My wife is 35, and we are both AARP members. Just saying.
Oh my God.
So you can't even be special in that realm.
Welcome to the club.
Wow.
So
why would you do that?
Because you get fucking shit for free, man. Like you get stuff. Like I can go to, the like Hyatt Regency and flash my AARP card and get $50 off.
But you know what that to me that sounds like? That sounds like
being smart?
You might as well just say, hey, you know what? I went to the grocery store the other day and I saw that parking space with the blue wheelchair. I said, fuck it, I'm parking there anyway.
Yeah,
you probably wrote a check too, didn't you? You didn't even fill it out first. You just waited the cashier's line. You wrote the whole thing out there.
Right.
How do you spell 100 again?
Oh my God, do I not miss that? Oh, my mom used to do that. I'm like, Mom, just get a debit card. No. Like, get a debit card. So embarrassing.
So yeah.
Wow.
Anyway,
Carry on.
So, the elderly generation will go to doctors for, different reasons, and they get a different doc for everything. You have a cardiologist, you'll have rheumatologists, nephrologists,
Pulmonologist.
opticians for eyes, like pulmonologists,
podiatrists.
So, and these doctors don't talk to each other. I mean, they're supposed to with all this new charting systems we have, like Epic and all these different charting systems, but they don't. So, I mean, to go along with polypharmacy, they'll put them on these medications for this, ache, this pain, this breathing problem, this heart condition, and who knows what they're on, and their primary doc has no idea what's going on, even though every time you go to a checkup, they're like, are you still on this? Are you on this? Are you on this? And
It is amazing how, like, none of the docs ever catch this.
Yeah.
And there are a few that do, but the vast majority just, yep, you got hypertension, let me put you on this. Oh, you got some, cardiac problem, let's put you on this. And then they like double it, or, they give something that reacts poorly with that. And it's like, now you're just making yourself feel even worse.
And if you have an old school doc, like how many of your patients have you come across with still
old medications? Yeah.
Like itch.
Right.
So here's the funny thing.
I had a patient a couple years ago that like last summer that was ditch toxic. Like, throw about the pads. You had to pace them a little bit, throw a little atropine, some fluids to, like, I remember how to do that because that's what I had to do. It's
when I first got my hypertension diagnosis, the doctor I was going to was apparently some kind of quack because, I didn't know at the time. I didn't know nothing about it, but Perlin hydrochlorothiazide is what she put me on, and then I go to a new primary care and I'm going through everything, and they're like, "You're not taking these two together, are you?" I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. They're contraindicated. Oh, maybe you should tell the doctor that prescribed them together.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm
sure they keep doing stuff like that all the time and keep on practicing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Before my dad passed, I was going through his medications. Like, you can't take these together. These don't work together. So I made a list of stuff that he couldn't take together because his breathing was getting worse, his heart was getting worse. I was like, yeah, because you're on these medications. You need to go talk to your doc about this.
Yeah.
And, because I wasn't immediate family or whatever, or wasn't on his healthcare proxy, I couldn't just go talk to him. So my mom went with him, and they talked with the doc. They took him off some stuff and got, different medications, whatever, that worked better for him. And I even got a list of other things that would work better than what he was on, because he was on some old school, like, pulmonary stuff. I was like, no, that's like 1930 stuff. Like, you can't be sucking down some asbestos down your lungs. You got to get this other new stuff.
Yeah,
the asbestos isn't helping anymore.
Yeah, get on the morphine tincture or something.
Tincture.
Yeah,
there's a weird fucking word you don't hear every day anymore.
Right.
Quit taking the laudanum.
I don't know why. A little laudanum. Yeah.
Get on there here.
Yeah. Just a little. That'll do you.
That'll do you. But no, and it's something like, I know we keep coming back to this, but knowing the meds that, people take, and even if you don't know them, looking them up and going, okay, this is used for this, right? An EMT and a paramedic are not going to, most of the time, are not going to sit there in the half hour that we're with these patients and go, Eureka! I know exactly why they feel like garbage. It's because they're taking these 5 meds and they shouldn't be.
Right.
We're not going to do that. But maybe we can...
20 years of experience might teach you something.
Maybe. Mr.,
Maha. That's why they call me the Maha.
Exactly. Just we'll...
Do you still have calluses on your hands from writing your charts on fucking stone tablets?
Yeah, I do actually. I still got the dinosaur bones on the basement.
Which we don't want to go down this rabbit hole because I just had this conversation with someone.
Oh, God.
And oh my goodness. Yeah. So you know how when you
I don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but I'm going to go
sure
down the rabbit hole.
Oh, I want to go down the
I'm sure it's like
goes.
this everywhere.
Here it goes.
I'm sure it's like this everywhere.
Here it goes.
Here you go.
Hold on.
So with the advent of electronic PCRs, yeah, notice how they're just like, oh, dump your patient, get back in your rig, get back in service. You can type on your way and all that good stuff. Isn't that great? Yeah, you know what? This is why we really need fucking some kind of, and you know me, I fucking hate anything that has to do with any kind of federal oversight.
They did that.
We need
with
some federal
paper,
fucking
though.
oversight because the reason everyone's getting burnt to a crisp is because of that type of pace right there. Because we used to write your chart, hand the carbon to the hospital, and then go back in service because you had to leave it before you left.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And somewhere that rule is still on the books.
But
no
now,
one just pays attention to it
Well,
anymore.
you had that missed form now. If
yeah,
you leave
all you
still-
need
Oh.
is the quick
Compliant.
sheet.
Ooh, look, missed. Sorry.
I mean, there has been times when I've literally sat in the parking lot of a hospital and said, "We're not moving this ambulance till I get my chart done."
Mhm.
I've had those
Mhm.
conversations with people.
Yeah,
Because how many times do
Don't
you
you even
forget
turn that
something? Oh,
fucking
fuck, I
ambulance
forgot
around.
about doing that. Oh, shit, I forgot I did that. Oh, yeah.
well, not even that, but you know, it's funny. Like you go back in, you start writing your chart for patient A, and then you finally finish that after you've done chart patient B,
Mhm.
C, D, and E, and now you finally 7 hours later finish patient A, and they're like,
Right.
why didn't you get your chart in 4 hours?
Hey,
I don't
suck
know.
my ass.
Maybe
How
I
about
did
that?
5 more calls,
Yeah.
and then I couldn't tell you how many times that's happened where I'm like, oh, did I give the morphine to patient
Right.
A or B or D?
Yeah.
I don't even remember. Like you start,
Confusing patients.
Right, you start confusing patients.
You start your
So
morning
you
off with a little
see,
bit of
have
code, you're
you
like,
noticed who still stays at the hospital until they're done?
No.
Those when they go out and they chalk their big fire engine out in front of the hospital because they rode in with the ambulance service, and then the fire truck is still sitting there long after the ambulance is gone.
Must be nice.
Must be nice.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Let's take it a fire call, and they gotta go.
Well,
How often does that happen? Please.
like I
They're
said, you
dedicated
still
to
see them sitting there all the
patient
time.
care.
So
But I'm not hating. I'm actually pointing to that as that's how it's supposed to be.
yep.
Well, this is try to figure out how to spell certain words, but
Well, that takes a little longer, Does it rhyme with 2.5?
smooth bore.
So, is there, as we kind of wrap up this episode before we move on to the rest of the stream, do you guys have anything else to add? Just, not saying that we talked about it, or just anything to add about the geriatric population that you guys want to throw to the people who listen.
Phil, say something.
I was just going to say, Phil, you should enlighten us with the knowledge of the man bun.
They're pretty fucking stubborn.
That is a fact. That is a damn fact.
Like once you finally convince them to go, they don't let you fucking do anything. And then you're sitting there arguing with them the whole way to the fucking hospital. And then they call your station and they're like, your providers didn't do anything for my husband.
Well, you want to hear
shit,
something?
You fucking old crow. That's because you didn't fucking let me touch him. Fuck you.
Here's
Who's
something.
bitter now?
So here's something.
You're welcome.
I've never had that happen to me.
That must be fucking nice.
It's about how you approach it. I've never had anyone's family or anyone ever call the station and say, "Oh, he was fucking mean to me, and he wouldn't do this, and he." Oh, well, then you need some introspection on that, because I've had the same patients, man. I've had the same fucking patients, and I hear these people go, "Oh, that motherfucker," and then I go and I'm like, "Well, motherfucker sounds like the motherfucker's the motherfucker that didn't know how to do their fucking job." So all that shit.
Usually, ones I get to hate me are the ones that didn't really need me there.
There's always going to be an a-hole, but
Gerard,
there's just always going to be an a-hole.
I absolutely
love
you, Gerard.
Why?
Because I was literally about to break in and say that everybody listening should go back in the archives of this show and check out episode 29, The Old A-Hole, because it is a wonderful geriatric episode where we literally talk about this exact patient, right?
I remember that,
The nursing home staff is like, this guy is an asswipe. He's terrible. He's gonna, freak out on you, blah, blah, blah. And the providers walk in and it is nothing but sunshine and rainbows. And it's all because of how they treated that patient.
All right.
So make sure, go back, even if you've listened to it before, listen to it again. Episode 29, The Old A-Hole. Absolutely fantastic.
Hit the like button. Subscribe.
Do the thing.
Rate
join
and
the Patreon.
review.
Right?
Definitely join the Patreon.
Do something.
Do something, you peckers.
Lazy motherfuckers.
Share with your friends. Have them subscribe.
Hit the share. No, I can't share because I can't hit that like button. It's I got carpal tunnel.
It's too hard.
I'm writing all those PCRs in the truck.
Oh my God! Anything else for the Maha and or Gerard to add to anything that we discussed today?
Just piggybacking on Phil's stuff. I mean, like it's like, I'm not trying to piss on you, even though I'm in the box above you. Although I don't know what I'm in on the actual feed, but
you are to the right of him, so you'd have to piss over
I'll have
to
to bank shot that shit like Dr. J. Huh?
Yeah.
Get the hook action going. Hey, challenge accepted. But yeah.
Calm down, R. Kelly.
But
Mr. fucking trapped in the closet.
Nah, for real. I really do want to piss on you. Yeah, it's 9 times out of 10, and there's always gonna be that 10th time, but 9 times out of 10, if you had that experience with a geriatric, you did something wrong, and you should stop, go back, look at where things went south, and then back up a little bit further and go from there and figure out, okay, at what point did I hit the point of no return and turn them against me?
Yep.
And then figure out a way not to do that again. I mean, it's literally just talking to people, and finding a common. See, that's really the most important thing, is finding a common interest. Because if you can find something in common, and this goes with any of your patients, but if you can, especially with the older ones, if you can find something that lets them know that you understand them, or understand things that they've done or been into or whatever, that goes a long way. Then if you go, so Mr. Jones, I know you're 79 years old. Did you see that TikTok video the other day? He's gonna be like,
Tick who?
Yeah, I'm gonna get that bat and I'm gonna TikTok your fucking head.
I mean, it does lend itself. There's many times where you can find amazing.
Oh, he's done. He walked away.
Fantastic stories from these patients, And
I'm sorry. Hold on. He might. For a second, he thought he had a customer.
Oh damn!
Oh,
Had to check the hole.
God damn!
Holy crap!
Damn!
I need to continue. I'm sorry.
I can after that.
Sure you can. Keep going. Geriatrics.
I have completely
talk to people. Good
completely
stuff.
wrecked it.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves.
That's it. That's where I'm gonna end it. Thank you, Gerard. More in a couple minutes when we transition to End of Tour Live. But for those that are listening to the podcast, thank you again for joining us. Get your cronuts, medicmaterials.com/merch. you definitely want to get them now before there possibly might be a contest coming shortly with the Cronut. So definitely want to get your hands on those. And yeah, become a Patreon. Duh. Like,
for real.
That's it. There's so much cool shit on there, and so many way worse discussions that we have on Patreon than we ever do on the free show. So that's where I'm going to leave you. We'll see you in about 5 minutes for End of Tour Live. Till next time, guys, stay safe. Thank you for joining us on the podcast. Gerard?
New Mike Donuts.
Ooh, I like it.
Courtesy of the Patreons.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. If you want more information on the podcast or to send us a car review, please visit medicmaterials.com/podcast. To learn more about earning continuing education credit from listening to this episode or others, check out Medic Materials, cmeacademy.thinkific.com. We appreciate your continued dedication towards EMS education and helping us advance the field. See you next time.
Oh no! I'm just a horrible person. You guys apparently aren't going to join me for End of Tour Live.
Why not?
Because I'm a jerk and I never added you to the thing.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. So
never added us to the what?
To the stream.
How is that even possible?
Because there's two things.
First thing, the second thing.
So the first thing is the podcast thing, and then I.
So are we not doing it? Or?
Oh no! I'm doing it right now. People are watching me do it. Because I didn't want to
Gotcha.
Yeah, so instead of kicking it off the right way, now people can see like, hey, we're in Discord. Hi, people. This is what we actually look like.
Hello.
There's Phil with his man bun and the Maha Butchie with his diggity dog. What is the diggity dog's name? I've never actually asked that.
Shay.
Oh, that's such a cool name. Only because I'm a Mets fan and that brings back nostalgia.
She's a friggin' maniac.
A farting maniac? What?
A maniac. She's a friggin' maniac.
Oh, a freaking. I heard farting. I was like, oh man, that stinks. Literally.
She's not a people person.
Funny.
You're welcome. Let's see. I did Gerard and Phil. Now it's the Maha's turn.
Yay.
Yeah, so this is what I go through every time, people, to get us in our little boxes. And it's super fun. Whee! But yeah,
baby in a quarter.
Typically what I do is I do this in the beginning, and I put everyone in their boxes. So, like, we're already in our boxes when End of Tour starts. But I completely forgot and didn't do that this time. So, oopsie. It is what it is. Question. WW2 Girl throws in the chat, I got my chips. Now I'm curious. I want to know what the chips are. Are they good chips? Are they bad chips? What kind of chips? Like, now I have to know because that's going to bother me. I'm waiting on a response. So in the mean,
are they?
Oh man.
Barbecue?
So I had what brand were they? Barbecue Doritos.
Huh.
I've never heard of such a thing. That could be really, really delicious. Chris has sour cream and onion. Delicious.
Back when I used to love salt and vinegar. Oh.
Salt and vinegar kettle cooked are really
kettle
yummy.
cooked.
Oh, so good.
They're like extra crispy and
extra crunch. What is Phil doing? He's just.
I think he's having a parade in his room. I don't know.
I don't know.
Has anyone else noticed that he's turning more and more into looking like Dougie?
Oh my god!
Wow.
Like, see, I was gonna go different route with that. I was gonna be like, anyone notice like the only thing different about his room since the last time is the whip isn't there?
I mean, that's fair.
No. We're completely
I don't know why I hit that.
We're completely fucked.
He looks like a serial killer walking in a movie. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree. BLT sandwich Lay's chips are good.
That sounds interesting.
That does sound.
Yeah, so every now and again, Lay's does these like weird, like very small run batches of funky flavored chips. And I remember like 10, 15 years ago, something like they did. They did one of those runs where it was like, a couple different weird ones. But one of them they did was chicken and waffle chips.
Huh.
It tasted like chicken and waffles. I shit you fucking not. I was like, oh my god. They better like go in the back and shoot whoever thought this up so it doesn't fucking become a concept, because this will just fucking like, this is the only thing anyone would ever fucking eat. It was that good.
The chicken and waffles one? Yeah. There's what
fantastic.
is it? I saw in the store recently Doritos, like sizzling ketchup Doritos or something like that, like spicy ketchup Doritos, and I'm just like, bleh. Like that. I don't know, man. I
See, when I think Doritos, I think more
Cool Ranch. I love Cool
Ranch. Cool Ranch, Tex-Mex kind of a flavor.
Right.
You know, something like that. I don't expect barbecue on my Doritos. So when someone says there's a barbecue Dorito, I become intrigued because this could go one of two ways. It's either going to be really fucking good or really fucking bad. There's nothing in between.
There's nothing in between. Hot mustard and tangy ketchup. Bleh. Yeah, nope.
Interesting.
They have, Lay's also apparently has Cuban sandwich. Chips.
Oh, that I would have to try.
I seen hot mustard Doritos yesterday. Jesus freaking!
I would have
where
to try
are you
that.
people shopping? I mean, granted, I shop in like health food stores, so I don't I don't go down the Dorito aisle anymore. No, I really like Jess and I have completely changed the way we've shopped.
You stay where the AARP deals are, all the coupons and stuff.
That's right.
Yeah, man. You know, that's the way to do it.
Baby, check it out. 12-pack of Ensure is on half price.
Hey, at least I'll be regular.
Get a thing of Ensure, and they give us a thing of Depends for free. Hey, hurry up, load up. It's almost 4:30. We can make the early bird at Swiss Chalet. People probably don't even know what the fuck Swiss Chalet is anymore, do you?
Oh.
Wow.
Hey, I do.
Yeah, it's Denny's now, you know.
It's Denny's now, yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay, so I told you I had a video for you guys. Mm-hmm. Hopefully you haven't seen this because it's just not as fun when you actually have watched it before. But this is I don't know if you guys have ever seen like clips of the Graham Norton show.
Yeah, I remember Graham Norton.
Yeah, so this is a clip from the Graham Norton show with Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart. And I'll just that's the only thing I'm gonna say. I let it play for you guys. Let's see.
If you don't want to, Patrick. But I have. This is weird. And don't answer this question if you don't want to, Patrick. But I have. I don't know why you brought this up, but I did hear you discuss that you had an extraordinary disagreement with your wife about yourself. Do you know what I'm talking about?
By myself, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
As he's pointing to his penis.
Wow.
Listen, do you know this story?
I do not know
Listen with interest.
One night, as you do, we were talking about stuff. And I just happened to mention, and of course, being circumcised, I said...
They were chatting. They're married. They're allowed.
And she said, you're not circumcised. I said, what do you mean? You've only known me all my life. I remember my mother telling me. Why? Because it was fashionable at the time. She said, you're not circumcised. I said, that's ridiculous. I should know if I'm circumcised. End of conversation. But the next day, I happened to be seeing my doctor. Are you okay? I was seeing my doctor for my annual physical.
Of course.
So, while he was down there, I said, excuse me, oh, by the way, Irv, my wife and I had a little disagreement. I am circumcised, aren't I? Because she says I'm not. And he goes...
As he's looking down.
Not.
Nice.
I said, no, it's not possible. So he looked down again and he said, hey, I'm Jewish. I know the difference.
That is a bizarre story.
Too much.
I don't know why, but coming from like Sir Patrick Stewart,
right?
Freaking hilarious.
Right.
Like, let me just talk about.
Yeah, he's a trip.
He's freaking hilarious. Phil, what you doing? You've been so quiet tonight.
I had to fix my phone case.
Wow, the priorities.
I'm telling you, man. Seriously,
right?
like we're losing everybody.
Freaking, see, we have a live thing going, and it's like, yeah,
we got this live feed going.
This phone case thing.
I know, right? Is that worse or better than Emily playing solitaire?
I'm gonna say
let's
probably not as bad.
Not as bad.
Not as bad.
The solitaire is not as bad.
The solitaire
as the phone game?
Is completely no. Solitaire's worse.
Solitaire's worse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I don't know about that.
I'm going worse.
Like phone case is like, psh, that could wait. Solitaire, I don't know if that could wait.
I don't know, man. All I gotta say about that is
that's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Are you having fun now that you have your own soundboard?
I sure as fuck am. This is great. So you know what?
How many do you...
Time to nut up or shut up.
I love that. Oh, I can only imagine what you're going to use that for.
Yeah.
It's time to RSI this crashing Patreon patient. It's time
Evil
to
shenanigans.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
Why? Now, before it didn't have the repeat. Now it's got the repeat. You did something.
What do you mean? I didn't do nothing. I didn't fuck nothing up.
Before when I played it, there was no reverb going on. There was no. It wasn't like playing double. Now it's playing double.
Did anyone else hear double?
I don't know. You did something. You did something.
I think it's just you. I think you are hearing double, and it's not my fault.
Okay.
Chomp don't want to help. Chomp don't get the help.
Okay, that one I heard double. I don't
See,
know.
here's double.
I don't know, man.
I don't either. Weird. Strange.
It's
weird.
It's weird.
Wait, weird. Where's the whip? Where's the whip? Where's the cool whip?
Have you ever gone through my instance? It's a soundbite soundboard thing.
No.
I mean, oh my god.
Wait, did we ever start the show?
Yeah, it's been started for like, I don't know.
Oh.
How long have we been going on, people? At least 15 minutes now?
Yeah, for like 10, 15 minutes, yeah.
I never started. Normally you're like, I'm gonna mute you guys and then restart the stream.
Right.
That's
he
why
started when he was plugging us in.
You guys suck.
I was paying attention.
My dad used to say that all the time to me, Tarek.
Okay. You know the system by now, gentlemen. I end the podcast. You have 5 minutes of intermission as soon as the music plays, and then we're live. I even gave you like a, hey, 10 seconds, and no one was paying attention.
He was fixing his phone case, and I was fucking with the soundboard.
I was over paying attention. You said you were plugging us into the screens. Look, people, this is how we do this.
Yeah, exactly.
I was paying attention.
Right. Exactly. Thank you, Mr. Maha Butchie. You get your intro again. Because you're the only one that's being awesome tonight.
Gosh, I tell you.
Hold on. I'm sorry. That's not true. There's one other person.
Oh, Kelly's with us. Oh, I didn't even know.
Why? Because
she's always with us in spirit.
Kelly.
Well, even if she's in the room, you'd never know.
You'd never know.
She's hard at work doing producer stuff.
So I want to throw it out to the people in the chat. I'm very curious. When Kelly is on the show, or when people think of Kelly,
10 times better.
Right? It is always better. Kelly makes us better. That's why she's been promoted to the clinical director of Medic Materials. What in the chat's mind does Kelly look like? Because the world may never know. It might be like, getting to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop.
We could always ask Mr. Owl.
I'll do my interpretation. Ready?
That's great.
Absolutely. Oh man. So yeah, so you should go on to myinstance.com. It's got a bunch of soundboard things, and sometimes like I search them and find them like during the show, and you know, if like I don't have one. But they got some funny ones. Let's see. Here's Poopy Almost Slipped Out.
I farted and a poopy almost slipped out.
Oh. There's those that have and those that lie about it.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
You ever been to a turkey?
Yeah, see, it's doing a double thing now. You fucked it up.
I didn't fuck nothing
up. Fucked it up. You fucked it up.
Oh my God. It's not me,
fucked it up.
You know.
Fucked up.
Fucked up.
Last word. Fucked up.
Oh, shit.
That fucked up.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. We should have that one in there.
Mm-hmm. I can just do that for you whenever you want.
Oh, let's see. What? Okay, Bikini Bottom.
Ooh, that came like, that was in like mad fucking stereo surround sound there. Like it made me turn my head to look because I thought it was coming from over there.
Ooh, we had a response.
Kelly looks like a blonde Kelly Osbourne.
No.
I don't know, Val.
No.
That's
First off, I don't know who Kelly Osbourne looks like, but I know who she is. I know what she looked like way back when, but I don't know what she looks like today.
You should Google that.
No, I'm good.
No. Doesn't she look really hot now?
I'm sure she does.
Like she's not like stupid and fat looking like she used to be.
Papa don't preach. I got a song for you too, bitch. It's called Daughter Don't Sing.
Oh, this one's one of my favorites. We should definitely have this one on the show.
How the fuck did he not die?
Yes, without a doubt, that needs a spot.
Like that's gonna go on the soundboard.
Fuck did he not die?
Rise up, I'll be banging.
I'll be banging low.
Oh God, I don't even want to know this one.
Get shit on! Get shit on! Get shit on! You're out!
Oh, with the amount of shit we talked about, that one definitely needs a spot.
Shut the fuck up! 1v1 me, you pussy!
This is going on way too long. You got to trim that down just to getting shit on, and you're good. You go further than that, you know, Germans will start like tuning in. And Scheiße.
Das Scheiße Pornofilms.
Ja.
Ja. Ja, it's a good film. Ooh, having a sexy Scheiße party now.
Party, yeah. Well, now we dance.
Oh God, do I even want to know?
Shut up, bitch!
Oh my God! Going with the you know, wrestling theme of the show.
I was just gonna say, yeah, you might as well throw that one in there.
Peaches, 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 peaches.
No. That's just weird.
I got poo on me.
That's creepy, man. That's like something some dude standing in the median with a sign is gonna be singing to himself.
Yeah, the Joe Dirt. I got poo on me.
Oh yes, totally.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh,
that wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, you should give a present to who knows where that's from though.
Chris, have you seen the Bullshit Kid video? No.
Nope.
Should I like?
I don't do a lot of this anymore. No.
Let's see. Should I? Let's see.
Yeah.
Go away. Bullshit. I'm Googling it now. Kid video.
Inconceivable!
The fuck?
I will send you to Jesus.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
This word you keep saying, I don't think it means what you think it means.
What? A bullshit? A bullshit?
So are we literally just gonna do soundboard fucking sounds all night?
Dude, this kid's like, I don't know. Freaking how old is this kid? 2?
A bullshit?
Oh, great.
A bullshit.
You learned that from somewhere.
A bullshit?
I don't think it came from Barney.
Oh, man.
Get up, cocksuckers. It's all over.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
oh, wait,
Hey,
oh, wait.
So,
dude, fucking Joey Diaz, man. Oh.
All right.
So, Mr. Maha Butchie, do you have anything for tonight?
He's like, nah.
Did you know? Did you know?
Do I need to hit your intro?
Well, yeah, you got to do the segment, dude.
All right. Let's see. Where is it? There it is. Boom.
Random shit.
Did you know that apparently, I can't remember the name of the town, but apparently there's been a new Bigfoot sighting in New York State.
What?
It's out west by Buffalo, yeah.
What?
Some dude apparently saw Bigfoot. I mean, I know it's in the woods, in the middle of New York, in the woods. It couldn't be any other creature at all in the woods.
So
at night making noises.
So
well,
So what I'm hearing from the Maha is he is not either a professional Bigfoot hunter or or a believer of Bigfoot.
No.
We've had conversations with the few of us here on this podcast.
I don't believe in that shit.
Whoa! I feel threatened and attacked on that one.
You don't believe at all, Gerard?
I don't believe in the Bigfoot. I don't believe in the Loch Ness Monster. I don't believe in any of that fucking shit. I do think we got aliens among us. So you want to talk about alien sightings? Let's talk about it all day long. I'll tell you all about mine. But
I'll tell you what he does believe in.
But like, ghosts and goblins and shit, I leave that up to him. That's his department. I don't fuck with that shit, but I do think those things exist.
Fun fact about me, I am an avid ghost hunter.
Good for you. And knock yourself out. Have fun with it. Go talk to him.
Start a club.
Sit down. Have a good long conversation all by yourself. I won't be there. I don't do that shit. I don't fuck with that stuff. If you're on that side and I'm still here, I don't want nothing to do with you. I'll see you when I get over there.
I love watching those Bigfoot shows and stuff, and the podcast. I think they're hilarious because you got these yahoos out in the middle of the woods yelling for Bigfoot, and they'll hear something yell back like, "It's a Bigfoot, dude! You're in the middle of fucking woods. There's animals out there. Like, yeah. It's the only thing it could be is Bigfoot. I mean, not an elk, not a deer.
But
bobcats,
every culture has their
hilarious.
Every culture has their Bigfoot. So. We're either going to, we would have even seen it by now.
Bigfoot,
You got Bigfoot, you got Chupacabra, you got the Rougarou, you got all these fucking ones from all over the fucking place.
Throwing out the Rougarou.
If you talk to a Bigfoot hunter, they're going to tell you, well, the stories are anecdotal and they're hiding in the woods. Stop. It's an 8-foot fucking creature covered in hair. I mean, you're going to see one.
You'll see a shitload of them if you go to Little Italy. I mean.
Oh,
yeah,
that's like the Dagobah. I was in a Dagobah. I was in Little Italy.
Don't talk about my mother.
But it's funny though, because one day Phil and I were talking about. Oh God, I don't want to say it because it's a local legend show.
A variation of Bigfoot
that we worked at was rolling around. And, the story had come up again, and I said, "Yeah, imagine that one day."
Andrews Quomus?
No, it was the something hood beast.
Andrews Nipolis Quomus?
And I was saying, imagine that one day
he was a Roman emperor.
Right.
Sitting around one day like on standby, just one of the remote places that we stood by in the ambulance, look out and see that thing just fucking staring at you in the window of your car, be like, "Hey, how you doing?" Be like, and then county calls you and you're like, you talk on the radio like, "What the hell is that?" It's like, "Don't worry, it's my partner screaming like a bitch."
So, see, there's real things that scare me.
Yeah,
I don't need any
guns. Yeah.
I don't need any more with the fucking big feet and all this shit. Whatever. I shit you not. I'm posting in the rig in one of the places I used to work at, where they stuck you in a rig for fucking hours and hours and hours on end. We were there for about 4 or 5 hours. And in this place where we used to post across the street, every day that we would be there, there's this house, and it looked like no one lived in it. Chain link fence around it, never any lights on, no sign of life. Lawn, like, unkept and overgrown, with like a fucking Chernobyl-ish looking playground, like swing set and shit there in the middle of it. Never anyone. Looked like the house was abandoned. So this day we're sitting there, and we were talking about something, and I was like, yeah, wouldn't it be fun? I said, yeah, I know why there's probably nobody, you never seen it, but that fucking house probably got a fucking hole in the basement where they lowered the fucking lotion, to put it on its skin. Ha, very funny, motherfucker, right? We're laughing. And I shit you not, man, sun starts going down. We're still sitting there. A light comes on in the fucking garage. And the garage door opens. And I'm like, no fucking way. What backs out? And then drives off. A white panel with no windows.
Nice.
It's always the panel.
That human
scares
trap.
me. That scares me. Rougarous and fucking Sasquatches, not so much. That's what guns are for.
Well, unless they come wandering out of the woods and sit down and have a cup of coffee with me or something.
They want to come have a conversation. I'm more than happy to talk with them. Be like, dude, where the fuck you been? What's up? No paparazzi, I get it. Yeah, I understand.
Hide and seek champion for the last 30 decades, 30 years. Good,
Yeah. But anyway,
that's there was a new sighting here not like a couple weeks ago.
Interesting.
There's a couple people that are with you in the ghost department, guys.
Thank you.
In the no, that they believe that there's ghosts.
Oh, I believe there's ghosts.
Yeah.
I just ain't fucking with them.
Right. I
ain't gonna go out and want to talk with them and sit down and
Phil,
tell me all about why you're a ghost. Fuck you.
Yeah, some people don't have a choice. Some people just,
I understand. That's why I want to do it.
Some people just hear shit, see shit.
What were you gonna say, Mike? Sorry.
Nothing. Phil just posted. So Kev Prime posted a thing. What's a Rougarou? And I was like, it's just a Bigfoot. So of course Phil puts
in Louisiana.
Disserfucking-tation. More disserfucking-tation. I'm not reading that. You can read it in the chat on what the hell it is. But the last time that we had the stream, we had decided, I don't remember if it was on stream or off stream, but we had decided to do
across the streams,
right? Don't ever want to do that.
Sword fight.
Don't touch the tips.
Gingerly touch the tips.
Dogs and cats living together.
So I honestly don't remember when it was said, but you guys gave me a great idea for trivia, and it just so happened to correspond with a very specific day that is tomorrow, which is like the most perfect timing. So we're going to jump
1st of July.
The 1st of July. So we're going to jump right into trivia tonight. All right.
Question number one.
Hopefully this
Why does Phil not make his bed?
It's made, kind of.
Made?
Okay, why are the same clothes
made
on
is
it?
Made is what you don't have.
Why are the same blue and red camoed clothes like you're gonna freaking try and hide in a bloody ocean. They're the same time, like. Thank you for hitting that one on the tee. Yeah.
Man, that was rough.
Red Wings, what?
Next.
Chris,
all right.
Chris, my wife and my daughters always talk about ghosts and have dumb apps to try and find some. Awesome.
You don't need apps.
Yeah, I was going to say you don't need an app. You just need a butch.
You
just need a butch.
You just need a butch.
You just need a butch.
He'll make sure you never go in your house again.
Or upstairs.
Or upstairs.
So, Gerard, you and I took a trip a couple years ago.
Take a little trip. Take a little trip. Yep.
Where might we have taken a trip? Do you remember?
I do. We went to the Gettysburg battlefield.
We did. And
I want to go there.
Oh God, is it so awesome?
It's amazing.
It is absolutely amazing. And I remember you guys saying we should do some Gettysburg trivia. So let's jump into it. 10 questions.
I believe it said Civil War trivia.
Nope. I heard Gettysburg because that's my favorite. So fuck the Civil War.
When you say Civil War, he only hears Gettysburg.
Exactly, Gerard.
And when you say Gettysburg, he only hears fixed bayonets.
I'm pretty sure if you go back at the podcast, it was Civil War trivia.
Yeah. That's exactly what we said. Right. Let's get ready for Gettysburg trivia, people. Here we go. Because I'm the one that controls the questions. Bitches. Oh, man. Kev Prime, my caduceus belt buckle print on their forehead. Oh, right.
Hey.
All right, so number one. I've scattered these from you probably do know to it might be kind of tough unless you were there.
Yes, number one.
Yes.
At the war or in your...
Yeah. Well, we know you were at the war.
I was riding horseback with a medic bag.
He was...
All right.
They think John Wilkes Booth shot Abe Lincoln.
Aha! There you go. All right. I'm looking in the chat for correct answers. Number one. What day was the official start of the Battle of Gettysburg? I hinted to this one.
Oh, I already knew. Yep.
Do we just say it?
Just say it.
July 1st, 1863.
Yep. As he was fast fingering on the keyboard there with the mighty Oracle.
It's not Nordic trivia this week.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Nordic trivia from Sweden.
South from Sweden. Everyone's saying July 1st. I completely agree. July 1st, 1863 is correct.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Numero dos. Was Union infantry or cavalry the first to engage at Gettysburg?
Oh, I remember this.
Union infantry or cavalry to be the first to engage?
And if I'm not mistaken, they were from New York, if I recall correct.
I was gonna say the infantry.
I'm gonna say cavalry.
Oh, people throwing different. See, Val, you're a little behind. We've already gotten July 1st, but you're right. Good job. Move on.
I'm trying to remember what the unit was because remember we were standing at the markers.
Yep.
And I think they were New York unit. Because remember they were up along the ridge remember when the initial skirmishes were happening when people were they were just kind of getting their lines figured out.
Yep.
It was like it wasn't like 60 something cavalry.
There were a bunch.
It was the line in front of Seminary Ridge. Because remember, they were like it was like minimal artillery, mostly cavalry. Light infantry was showing up. It was literally just it was kind of like just skirmishers. We're just kind of mixing it up here and there because you had the was in that tree line. Remember?
Yep. Yeah, and what was really cool. So the initial engagement at Gettysburg was Buford's cavalry.
Cavalry, yeah.
Right, Buford's cavalry.
Which is highly unusual.
So
because cavalry is always your flanking maneuver. It's always, back then they would engage, infantry on infantry, line infantry, and then you would use your cavalry to swing out and either protect the flanks or make a flanking, attack.
Right, and
so for cavalry to open the freaking battle is kind of odd.
And you also have to think about they were ahead of the infantry, right?
Right.
So back in those days, like they didn't have scanners and radar and all that other stuff. So cavalry was your eyes.
That was your recon.
That was your recon force. So, I just brought it up because I wanted to know. Buford commanded 2 brigades consisting of somewhere between 27 and 2,950 different cavalrymen. When we were there, it was so cool when we were in that field where Buford set up his lines. He actually set up multiple lines. So like he would have a defensive line. They would purposely break that and then retreat to another defensive position. And that's how he kept them at bay for so long until General Meade and the actual, infantry got to him.
It was a delaying tactic.
Exactly. He knew he wasn't going to win.
Right.
But he was going to stall them. All right. Numero 3. This one could be difficult. See if Gerard remembers. You and I have looked at this. Boy. All right. This Union General statue sits atop Little Round Top.
Oh, shit.
And no, it is not Chamberlain.
I know it's not.
I will just throw that out there for all the ones
I know.
that
It's
are
who,
like, it's the 20th Maine!
Right, it's whose flank he was guarding. Holy shit, man. There's so many freaking players, it's so hard to keep track of who was what and who was where.
Dude, that and...
Well, there was, what's his name, that tore off on his fucking own and ended up in the goddamn wheat field.
Yep.
So completely surrounded.
We'll get to him.
Yeah.
Was it Warren?
I don't know. Is it Warren?
I don't know, man. I'm at a loss.
Chris is throwing out Warren.
I remember having to do a fucking, whole fucking summary on this goddamn battle for fucking college history.
I can think of worse papers to write.
I know,
in fact,
right?
I did write worse papers.
Like, I would love to do a paper on
Gettysburg.
But you would think I would remember this stuff.
I got stuck doing sociology, and I'm like, I don't even believe in this shit.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So Chris is throwing out K. Warren. The Phil Foundation says Warren.
Fucking remember his first name.
I'm going to say that is absolutely correct. It is General Gouverneur Kemble Warren. He was the chief of the Union Engineers. And why he is actually up there is because he was the first one to see the Confederates on the flank line.
Right, they were making the redoubts with the artillery and all that, trying to get their stuff up there. Because that was the high ground.
Right. All right, number 4? I think that's number 4. Let's see.
Yeah.
Now remember, he's doing all this while the Texas sharpshooters are in those rocks, just peppering away.
Peppering.
At distance.
Yep.
You know, that's fucking amazing.
I don't know if the chat is Googling these answers, but it is, as Kelsey would say, making my heart happy that so many answers are correct in the chat. So number 4.
Hey, you know what? It's all good.
That's right. During the third day of battle, 2 cavalry skirmishes were fought. This famous U.S. cavalry officer was at the battle.
He had yellow hair.
May or may not be infamous for something else.
That's more than famous. It's infamous.
It is infamous.
Yeah, it's beyond famous.
It's like more than famous. He's infamous. Just like El Guapo. Well, now that everyone's finished Googling, I'm just going to go ahead and say George Armstrong Custer.
That is...
correct!
Yep.
Who was
Which, if you don't know his story, is amazing. Just the fact that he even was able to stay in the fucking army. It's just mind-boggling.
I heard he had a problem with some Indians at one point.
I heard that.
A problem with what?
Some Indians.
With some Indians.
Oh, yeah, right?
Really pulled his hair out over it.
Yeah.
See, this. I know this is exactly why I'm kept around. I got a couple good one-liners here.
There's some good ones in there.
Yep.
You just gotta speak up and get in there. Stop paying attention about the glory hole and just, get in there.
In the glory
just like
hole,
you do with
or
the glory hole.
In the
No,
glory
the conversation. Stay out of the glory hole. Stay in the conversation.
But that's money, man. Like,
Hey,
you can't be making money if you're talking.
Hey, money isn't everything.
I don't know. In today's day and age, it is. All right.
Well, yeah.
This
You
one.
expect me
This
to buy
one.
hair ties and vapes.
Peach.
Time to nut up or shut up.
Isn't nutting up what they do at glory holes?
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
All right. So, there you go. All right. Here we go. Number 5. What was the name of General Robert E. Lee's horse?
Oh, fuck you.
Now, see, hold on.
I literally sat and took a drink like under the horse's ass while we were there too.
Surrounded by the 4 buses of Chi-Coms.
Right, yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck.
Traveler?
Well, it's not Trigger.
It's not Trigger.
It's Traveler, right?
He says Traveler. Chris says Traveler.
Chris, quit fucking Googling shit.
EMS Cruiser Sex. Kev Prime.
Oh,
All
nice.
right.
I like that one. I'll go with Big Dick Willie.
I guess I'll have to give it to Chris and not Phil. It's Traveler.
Correct!
Oh, you just got
Sweet.
denied. Not in my house.
No, not in my house.
No.
I really need to label these. I think we're on number 6. Here we go.
No, we couldn't have gone that far. I think we're on like
No,
4
we're
or
on
5. Dude.
No, we're on number 6. Here we go.
All right, whatever.
Number 6. 12,000 Confederate troops converged on what during Pickett's charge?
Oh, I'm not gonna say it.
It's not WW2 Girl. It's not the Lone Ranger horse Silver or Mr. Ed either. Agreed.
Damn. Would have been a lot cooler if it was.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, now, if you haven't been there, you should go, because when you stand, it's one thing to hear, oh yeah, Pickett's charge, and you read it in the book, and you look in the freaking, in the funny papers and all that good shit. But when you actually stand there, and you look across at what they were using for their guidon, and you realize just how much fucking distance they had to cover, while cannonballs are blowing up and rolling past them all over the fucking place, and they're being fucking fired on by line infantry who's in cover, it's like I mean, it was fucking suicide. You just standing there looking at it, you're like, I'd be like, man, shit, I'd love to join you guys, but this fucking toe, man. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna make it.
Scout was acting up.
Scout's acting up. You know, I'm gonna have to sit this one out.
You know, the one thing that I took away from, you know, when we were doing the videos and you were standing by the cannons and we were looking out over that field.
Yeah.
What I always will take back from that is that the field was rolling. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Little minute hills.
But just enough.
Just enough so that these guys are in dips and the Union's firing on them and they have no clue. They have no idea what is being rained down on them because they're in a valley. They can't see what's actually firing on these guys.
Yeah.
It was wild. That's what I love about like going to visit these places. Absolutely.
Well, that was the thing is, you know, again, when everything's in a book or what, you know, it's 2D. When you're there in person and you actually see the little subtle changes like that. So that's probably why they were able to advance as far as they did.
Right.
Because if it was flat ground, they would have gotten mowed down, you know, within a few hundred feet.
Yep.
But the fact that they were able to get little defilades here and there, they would get ripped to pieces as soon as they'd come out of cover. But then, boom! All of a sudden, they hit another little dip, and now you're back in there, and now you're advancing another, 100 yards or so,
right?
And then you pop up again, and then take the brunt of it and go back down. And but yeah, when you're there, you realize just how much terrain plays into these. Well, I mean, even to a certain extent today, but back then, where it really like you had to consider terrain in everything, even for resupplying and stuff like that. I mean, you had to think about this shit. Because it made a difference.
Okay, so let's see.
Cemetery Hill.
Yeah, it says Cemetery Hill, I think.
Cemetery Hill or Cemetery Ridge. Cemetery something.
Pickett's Charge.
So Pickett's Charge.
Gettysburg.
Gettysburg.
Pennsylvania.
The Civil War.
Guys are so fucked. I love it. So,
It was the grove of trees.
Fort Ticonderoga is great too. It is. I love Fort Ticonderoga. That is a totally cool place to go. So,
Grove of trees.
Bingo.
It was in a
the small grove of trees, and I'm actually gonna put it up on the stream right now, because like when you see it, it's kind of wild. Okay, so this is the field, and yeah, that little like crop of trees is, and the trees are still there, which is the coolest freaking thing. Like they do, like they put the metal fence around them.
They put a wrought iron fence around it. Yeah.
Right. And they wanted 20,000 troops across like 2 miles to converge on a little clump of trees. There's like 8 trees there, and that's it. It was pretty cool.
It's like hunting in the state land on first day of deer season. It's like everybody hides behind one tree.
Yes.
but the thing is when you're there and you look, that was about it. That's all you had to guide on.
Right.
There was nothing else for you to say, hey, let's
open field.
Right, it was just big open fields.
Yep.
And none of the monuments were there, right? So I mean, that was it. That was the only thing that you could see from wherever you were on that battlefield. You could see those trees.
Right. Yep.
So someone said, hey, that's our only shot. That's what we got to do.
Exactly. And they knew that it was near the center of the Union line.
Right.
That's where they wanted to go. So they said, that's where you're going. Yeah. All right. Numero 7. Gerard, you alluded to this earlier. This guy, Dan Sickles of the Union, moved forward without orders, opening up a huge gap in the Union line in this famous orchard.
Can you read that again?
I can. Dan Sickles. I'll even put it up again. Dan Sickles of the Union moved forward without orders, opening up a huge gap in the Union line in this famous orchard. He was positioned up on Little Round Top. He decided, hey, I'm not going to sit here because I know better. So he took his conglomerate of troops and he moved down the hill into this orchard with no orders, making a huge left and right gap in the line. He totally foobarred people.
Yeah.
What we would like to call a buddy fucker.
Yeah.
But now, so I'm trying to remember how it ended up where, like, it was salvaged, like where
they stole. Remember when we went up to that other monument, like way up by the big Pennsylvania monument in the center?
Right.
They stole troops from up there.
Right.
General Hooker took troops from there and pushed them down into
That's what it was.
the wheat field and this orchard to save his ass, which then opened up the line in the center, and that's what they ended up going to attack.
Right.
On the the third day.
Right.
Peach orchard?
Who the fuck likes peaches? Nobody likes peaches.
Hey, shut the fuck up. I love peaches.
Apparently, Mr. Stickles.
Chris says peach orchard. You say peach orchard.
Some kind of fruit.
Gerard says peach orchard. I'm going with peaches.
I just
peach
like peaches.
orchard. Yeah, the peach orchard is absolutely correct on that one. All right, Gerard. Think about the movie.
Okay.
Because there's a big scene not really big scene, but it perfectly shows this event. Numero 8.
The Ocho.
The Ocho. This Confederate general lost an arm during his assault on Devil's Den and Little Round Top.
Devil's Den, yes. That was where, so when we were on the rocks, Devil's Den was between the rocks and Little Round Top.
Yep.
And it was a killing field.
Absolute butcher fest.
Yet.
This guy would also go on to lose a leg later on in the war and still live.
It's but a flesh wound.
The Black Knight.
The Black Knight. Who is the Black Knight?
Who is correct? No.
It's but a flesh wound.
He's
Chris, I'll tell you.
He's getting killed one piece at a time.
Longstreet?
If Chris is getting all of these based off of actual knowledge without looking it up, god damn, man. He
can't even drive. You expect him to know about the Civil War?
Dude,
I'm
telling you,
GPS.
some people.
Hey, there are some savants
people,
out there.
man.
Like as much as I love this shit, like I can't answer this question. I don't remember the guy's name. I was there, and I seen this shit. I just don't remember the name.
It was it Longstreet?
It was not.
Damn.
Just because I want to use it?
Wrong.
No.
Wrong.
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 It was China.
Wrong.
It was a great battle, beautiful battle, big battle.
The best battle I've ever seen.
Never been a better battle before.
Say
And
better
Mexico
battle.
pays for it.
Fast.
Oh, man.
And I will make the South pay for the battle.
I will make the South great again.
I don't know about that one, but all right.
So
you'll have people down there singing "Wade in the Water."
Oh, don't be going down that road.
You hear that? If you hear that, howdy, come back, come soon, come by too fast.
So all that, believe it or not, all that stuff like went on like where I'm living now. So.
Oh man! All right, Chris. I appreciate the honesty. He don't know jack shit. He says he's Googling it.
Hey, Jack shit was the general.
That's right. So I'm going to give this to nobody. General
Really?
Hangback. I love it.
General who?
General Hangback is Kev Price.
I like that one.
So I'm giving this to nobody. It is John Bell Hood.
Hood, yes. I remember.
I think his new name is John Bell Gimpy.
He was part of
John
the
Bell Gimpy,
all-important
yep.
first assault wave, Operation Human Shield.
Get behind everybody. Oh.
Operation Meat Grinder, if you will.
I almost did it.
Hamburger Hill, if you will.
Because it's because the second assault wave is Operation
yeah.
Operation Holy Fuck! I hope this works.
Cue the
yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
All right, good. I'm moving right along to to number 9.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't be a Gettysburg, tribute trivia without this.
Of course.
A famous bayonet charge
Of
was
course.
conducted by which Union regiment?
He's getting a chub right now just talking about it. Here we go.
I think they're out of Massachusetts, weren't they?
Maine. Wrong.
Wrong.
Hold on, I gotta get back to my damn.
Wrong.
Okay. I just wanted to piss him off a little bit, I didn't get to piss him off with the South Park reference, so I had to do that.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Yes, they were that was the Mass Hole Battalion.
The
They didn't know how to drive their horses.
Operation Get Behind the Massachusetts Holes.
Yeah.
20th Maine.
Nobody likes you.
What was the question?
A famous bayonet charge was
Yes.
conducted by which Union regiment?
Oh, 20th Maine.
20th Maine.
Everybody knows
The only reason I remember that is because my history teacher in high school had a fucking giant flag hanging up like right above his desk from the 20th Maine.
Really?
That's pretty Billy B.A. That's cool.
Is that like the Billy Baroo?
Billy Baroo. So, yeah, 20th Maine is absolutely correct. However, Gerard, if you remember, there was another bayonet charge in the Union line on the exact same day. However, only like 7 of the people that made it actually lived.
Right.
I don't remember the regiment's name. We made a video on it.
We did.
But it is escaping me now. But it wasn't the only bayonet charge. It was just the only bayonet charge that actually worked.
Was that the one way off? Remember on the complete opposite flank where they had that hill.
No.
Where you could see the like the town from that hill. Remember, it was like the last place we went.
Right. No. It was over in the center on Cemetery Hill or Cemetery Ridge.
Okay.
It was this was I remember the story. I just can't remember their name. Dan Sickles, when Hooker moved troops to cover his fuck up, this regiment was left, and they said, all right, well, now there's a huge gap of a couple hundred yards. You guys need to fill it. So they went one by one, filled this line, and then got like wrecked. And the only way to repel anything was for them to make a bayonet charge. They made the bayonet charge and got mowed down.
Right.
Like only like 5 or 7 of them lived.
Wasn't it the...
Oh, that's right, because they saw what was coming and they had to fill the gap. There was no way to stop it.
Exactly.
So that was their only choice. That's right. I remember that.
It was either let them go through the line or make the bayonet charge in suicide.
Right. That's
Good
right.
old Dan Sickles.
7th with the 7th.
Hit that douche food again.
Fuck it.
Hold on.
Everybody stop.
7th,
Wisconsin.
The Cheeseheads.
The Cheeseheads.
All right.
All right, anywho, I'm going on to number 10.
Cool.
Combined casualties for the 3 days at Gettysburg are estimated around what numbers?
Look, man, I don't fucking know.
Just throw out a number. They're estimated. They don't even fucking know. History doesn't know.
Probably like 20,000.
I was gonna say about 25,000.
Yeah.
That's almost.
You figure they lost 600,000 total for the whole war.
Let's put it this way: 20,000 is almost what they had for the first day alone.
God damn. And then you think about it, this is July 1st, 2nd, 3rd. I mean, this is... remember when we were there, one of the things we were like, how the fuck did they do this in wool fucking uniforms?
Seriously.
Because it was hot
fucking
as
hot.
nuts.
It was at least 6 casualties.
Wow. See how...
It was like 60,000.
You're the douche that shows up on fucking Price is Right.
Yeah, $1.
We're all throwing out our bets. What it's going to be.
$101.
$1, Bob.
$1.
It was 60 or 65,000.
All right.
That's closer. The
82,300.
70,000, 56,000. So the estimated numbers combined are between 46 and 51,000.
Total retail value
of so the one thing that I thought was like I think is a good thing for people to like understand about how they measured casualties back then is that doesn't mean that like 51,000 people died. Casualties were combined. So it was dead, injured and missing.
Captured.
Right, captured and or missing. So like it wasn't so much like, oh man, 51,000 people died.
If someone goes on the battlefield and they don't return to fight again, it's a casualty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know? But people think like casualties, oh man, they're dead. Not necessarily.
Fun fact.
It's mostly dead.
Still,
while we're on this subject, in World War I, the British Army made the like generic metal helmet that covered more of their head.
Mm-hmm.
And their casualties actually increased because there were more injuries than actual deaths.
That and they were fighting machine guns with Civil War tactics.
This is also true.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn British.
Line infantry, stand up over the top and run straight at the machine gun because
that always works.
We don't know any other way to do it.
God save the Queen and all.
Yeah, if you really want to see some staggering numbers, look up like the first battle of the Somme. That'll fuck you up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just watched.
Which is why I made the joke about Belgium the last time.
I mean, you were 100% correct. Like, yeah, they have been involved in every, military campaign.
When England and Germany got to figure it out.
Yep.
Belgium's right there.
Belgium's right there. It is
I'll
what it
meet you on the pitch at 3.
They're not even doing it for like, a major win. They're just doing it for sport.
Yeah.
Why
it's
not?
funny when you go there and you I don't know if a lot of people don't know, like part of their whole trench warfare thing was they would have guys that like were like from Cornwall and shit and like Birmingham that were miners that like knew how to like dig, because that's what they did for a living, and they would put them to work in the trenches to dig under no man's land all the way underneath the enemy trenches, and then they would just pack the whole fucking thing full of high explosive. And if they made it out, if they lit the fuse or however the fuck they did it, they would literally just blow up all the earth underneath, the enemy. So you go there today, and you look at nice rolling hills, green, all this stuff, and then you just see this like fucking 200-300 yard indentation in the earth, and it's green, it's all grown over with grass and stuff, but it's like, that doesn't fit there. And then oh yeah, that's what that was. That was part of the line. and they blew it the fuck to hell, and the crater is still there.
So the same exact thing happened in the Civil War. There's actually a battle of the crater because Grant did the same thing. Hey, dig underneath the line, and then blew a hole in the line.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, like there was quite a lot of loss on the here it is. 3,798 total casualties.
Wow.
For the Union, 1,491 for the Confederates. Wow. So if I remember correctly, they blew most of themselves up. But like, that was huge freaking crater that they created.
Well, they're using like old-fashioned TNT and nitroglycerin.
Yeah. I'm looking to see.
I'm not volunteering for that. I would have been a coward back then. I'd have been like, no, I need volunteers. No.
Let's see.
Nope. Not me.
It's more voluntold. It's
not me.
Do this or you get shot.
I hear there's an opening in supply. Let me get back there.
The crater, still visible today, was created 170 feet long, 100 to 120 feet wide, and 30 feet deep.
There you go. Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it. Boom.
Well, now we just completely turn this into a completely fucking history show.
Oh, I know.
Instead of just like dick jokes and poop and
you did that during the podcast, so at times we have to be serious.
I don't want to be serious.
This isn't serious. This is.
I want to talk about Phil playing the skin flute and fucking people pooping on each other for no apparent reason, just straight up pooping on each other.
You have to pay money for that some places.
I know. Sometimes you got to pay double, but it's okay.
With that,
and in our career, we get it for free. Look at that.
You get it for free? What?
Well, he's got the glory hole. They pay him. Oh, Butch woke up.
Poor Butch. It's past Butch's bedtime.
He's like fucking. Well, he got the ARP thing going.
I missed my Geritol.
Oh my god! All right.
He's like, what? The Council of Trent.
What?
What? This isn't the mall.
I am
way over funny, you bastards.
Hold on. Whoa. Comment comes in. We were like 88 to 89 minutes in when we got to the first poop joke of the evening. Thank you for, keeping track of that.
We have the poop counters, man. There
you go.
The fecal freaks are out there.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. With that, I'm done. I'm calling it quits for the night. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Sorry we were on late and went late, but hopefully...
and bored you to death.
Hey,
Jesus.
Dude, people like knowing shit.
I know.
And honestly...
But they also like poop.
Do they?
Go to the tape. You'll find out. People like poop.
I mean, you didn't get 20,000 downloads talking about the Civil War.
Right? Civil War didn't get us 20,000 downloads?
Neither did talking about poop.
Poop did. Bullshit.
Hey, I'm sorry.
I beg to differ.
Oh, Jesus. I'm not even going there. It is what it is.
Years of talking about poop.
Yep.
Got us 20,000 downloads.
I'm pretty sure that we talk more about non-poop than poop. Poop just happens to sprinkle in here and there.
Ooh.
It's like diarrhea.
Kind of
it's everywhere.
It's like diarrhea.
It kind of sprinkles in.
Everywhere. We've
everywhere.
descended into anarchy. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Till next time, guys. Stay safe. We will see you. Let's see.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
We will see you on July 14th.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
I'm just going to end it there. Yeah, bye.
With poop on them.
Poo-poo donuts.